This is the start of a day in Eilat, at the southernmost tip of Israel, where the Negev Desert meets the Red Sea. There are, of course, other deserts in the world. Some even have the Negev's fantastic colors of copper and gold. But only here do stone layers, millions of years old, reflect the grandeur of the Bible. Vast sculptures, monuments of nature. In the wilderness of Sinai, says the Old Testament, the children of Israel wandered. Today, they come to explore. And then there is the Red Sea with its ever-changing blue. Here, the Queen of Sheba's fleet anchored to visit King Solomon, loaded with gifts of precious stones and spices. Today at Eilat, you can sail with or without gifts and pitch your tent on the shore. The Red Sea is like no other sea in the world. Exotic, calm, and mysterious, for dreaming by and for exploring. Tropical fish play just a foot or two from the water's edge. Anybody with the simplest snorkel can swim amongst them. An underwater rainbow of colors and corals just waiting for the lucky painter with waterproof paints. That little yellow one is called a clownfish. The tiny seahorse lives in the silence of the sea and moves with hardly any horsepower. "4,000 horsepower, that's the jet prop engine, which brings you to Eilat in less than an hour's comfortable flight. Israel's inland airline Arkia flies from Tel Aviv by Herald up to 16 times a day each way. And this is the town of Eilat, part desert, part sea, all bathed in a light that changes wherever you look. Flowers grow here all the year round, of course. Eilat, population 11,000. Most of its citizens are under 25. Informal, friendly, pioneering. 8 years ago, only 800 people lived here. Housing for newcomers. Looks like modern art, doesn't it? Popular hotels, the Sahara, on a street called Los Angeles. Eilat and Los Angeles are sister cities by mutual choice. A city in the desert needs fresh water. Moses struck a rock to get some. Today, fresh water comes from the sea with the aid of the Zachin desalination plant, the first of its kind in the world. Granite from the nearby mountains is used for civic buildings. The Philip Murray Community Center. The municipality. Shops, banks, building firms. Hotels, like people, have all sorts of faces and names. The Tropicana, the Sinai, the Sabra, the Solomon, the Queen of Sheba. But in Eilat, the architecture of man is an oasis in the architecture of nature. A hard climb, but never mind. Here, somehow, everybody feels years younger. Even so, you may not want to walk all the way. So Drive your own car across the desert. Strange sights like the stone mushroom can be seen from the car window. Others, such as the Red Canyon, need a little effort. These views are reserved for people who are not afraid of using their legs a bit. Careful, keep the line straight. Up, and there she is. This is the daily desert tour to the moon, or rather, the Valley of the Moon near Eilat. Yellow swirls are the recorded memory of giant upheavals when the Earth was young. Exploring all this in jeeps and desert trucks, that's something to write home about. What's a desert without an oasis? Any camel can see those palms. But if you have eyes to see, you'll discover your own miniature oases springing up in the brown soil. Another oasis, man-made. Well, not exactly man-made, it's teenager-made. Their order is a desert farm, where Israeli boys and girls learn to live with their country's desert for a few weeks. Almost every group that comes here leaves evidence of its contribution on the hillside when it goes. The names of their homes up north. Kibbutz Yotvata, 25 miles north of Eilat, is for permanent settlers. Babies left out in the desert? Don't worry, they look after their children at Kibbutz Yotvata. Flowers grow beautifully here, and the same goes for kids. A stone's throw away, but 3,000 years ago, King Solomon worked his copper mines with thousands of laborers. Today, the new Timna copper mines produce over 9,000 tons a year and employ 550 men. And they're still looking for more miners, chemists, skilled technicians and engineers. This green of heavy industry has a delicate byproduct, fine jewelry, fashioned at the Azurit workshop in Eilat. His name is Solomon. He was born in Yemen. Reuven came from Brazil. Style and technique may be age-old or modern. Both fit this timeless blue-green stone. Interesting shapes in shop windows are one thing to see. On the beach, there are others. Sunset paints incredible colors on the hills and turns the fabulous blue of the Red Sea into, yes, red. A plane leaves at twilight, but the glamour stays behind. And at night, life glows. They call this place the end of the world, yet it offers the pleasures of sophisticated life. A fashion show at this Eilat hotel brings together pretty models, fashion writers, skin and scuba divers, international artists, wandering students, sailors from many ports of call. A mural, the Queen of Sheba at the Queen of Sheba Hotel. Ships of antiquity. The ships of today make Eilat a growing port, Israel's gateway to Africa and Asia, where 4 countries and 2 continents meet. Even here, there's time to write to friends at home about new friends that you've met. Maybe underwater in winding coral grottos. It doesn't take long to learn to use this strange equipment at the Eilat Diving School, nor to take diver's talk with a pinch of salt. Underwater or under parasols, there's time for both. But first things first, this gentleman starts the morning with a quick look at the stock market. Some people who stay under parasols do so for a good reason. Others stay just under their hats. Still others prefer complete exposure. Young people who want only a tent over their heads pitch their homes right on the beach. Fast speedboats or slow paddling. In Eilat, you can do this in January or June. Catching rare fish or watching them from the glass-bottom boat every day of the year. Perfect landing. Cool spray in the warm sun. The only time you get wet is when you want to. The weather's dependable, it's always sunny and only rains about 2 days a year. A paradise for sun seekers. A pioneering port town growing out of a biblical past. A young and friendly resort. Eilat on the Red Sea. A new kind of holiday and an adventure for everyone.